off my foot. It's on my other foot.
Alright, so we got Pinkio's over here doing his revamped Fabled deck.
So redid my Fableds up a little bit. It's now at a 42 card limit, or deck. So let's just start off. Start off with 3 Fabled Cruise, however you say it. Pretty much staples in the deck.
Let's do again. Oh yeah.
When discarded, they special summon another Fabled 4-star and lower from the graveyard. 3 Grimro, another good staple. If you have a Fabled on the field, it's just like Rhoda for Fabled monsters, but any star level. 2 Kushano, only run it at 2 for the reasons if you have a 3rd, it'll be completely useless. 3 in the graveyard is, you just don't need it. Discard to bring it return to your hand, great discard engine. 3 Fabled Chawa, 1-star tuner, great discard engine, and just gets a 1-star tuner on the field for many options. Only 1 Fabled Lurie. Ran it at more ever since, what is it, Formula Synchron got taken out of 1. You only need to run 1. Team it up with Fabled Chawa, it's insta-formula. 2 Fabled Ganashias. Useful card, just a 3-star. 1 discard, it special summons. But when it's taken off the field, you remove it from play. The Fabled Cerebral. Just a 2-star tuner. When discarded, special summons. There's no drawback. So, useful card for tuning, sinking. 2 Fabled Galabus. Recently added. You can discard anything. Doesn't have to be a Fabled. To discard a monster with lower defense than this card's attack, equal to or lower than its attack. So really great for taking out beat sticks since cards really don't have defense. And just more discard engine. And the last of the Fabled monsters, the Fabled Cat Sith. Only run 1. Use it and save it for those predicaments where you just have to take out their big monster. And there's no way around it. Team it up with Galabus and you can take 2 out at once.
Yeah.
Huge part of the deck.
Tengu.
Trip Tengu. Don't have to explain that.
Yeah.
Just synchro fodder.
Weird.
2 Level Eaters. Very useful in the deck. Opens up many sinking options for many different star levels. And just more beat stick if you have to finish off that last 600. Staple in many decks.
Squishy.
The squishy marshmallow that just can't die.
He's so squishy, bounces back.
Squishy.
If you have to explain, you should quit.
I don't know what this card does.
Fabled Morphing Jar. Basically, if you're running Fabled and don't have this card, you should quit as well. You can discard your entire hand at once. And draw 5 new ones, which can fill up an entire field and screw over your opponent. And since Fableds play at low hand,
but it can also help your opponent.
It can help your opponent at times. That's it for the monsters. Let's get to the magic. 3 Dark World Dealings.
Oh no.
Draw a card and then discard a card. Great to just more draw, more discard. Discard whatever you want. Get the hand you want.
I wish I had some of those shiny.
Both players do it. Yeah, got them before even the Dark Worlds came out. What you can do about it. 3 Enemy Controller. This deck is almost no traps, so enemy controllers are great for stalling opponents, negating attacks, or even using their monsters as synchro material.
Yeah, I remember you did that to me.
Anti-BLS.
Anti-BLS. Pot of Avarice.
Pot of Rice.
Pot of Rice, yes. Fableds really draw and discard a lot, so you fill up your graveyard fast and mill through your deck. So,
just great for getting your Tengus back.
Great for getting Tengus back in your Fabled Cruise. You can run a deck basically with 5 Tengus with that. Lightning Vortex, obvious reasons, it's discard and destruction. And yes, Fabled get their effects off of it.
Yeah.
Foolish Burial, a very useful card in this deck. Use it
Add a Kushano.
Yeah, add a Kushano to your graveyard. Get instant discard control. Card Destruction. The card that needs no explanation for this deck. More discard.
One of the oldest cards in the game. Did that come in Star Deck U?
And now, the three staples of the deck.
If you don't, if these are, you need to quit and go kill yourself.
Yeah, you should just walk away, never come back. And for the traps, all 3 of them. We have 1 Mirror Force and Double Call the Haunted. Nothing else is really needed. You can try limit reverses, cards like that. Maybe some Solemn if you really want to, but then that just takes away from monster count.
Alright, time for the extra.
Now the extra deck. Of course, Formula Synchron,
And
easy to pull out.
Him multiple times.
You'll pull him out, he's only at 1, but the deck can use him multiple times in a row.
Yes, the autofocus keep on messing up.
There's my Solemn Judgments.
Fuck this card.
The reason you don't really need Solemn Judgment is because of this card right here. Once he's on the field, it's very easy to maintain the same number of cards as your opponent, but if you do, they can't activate anything.
Again, anti-PLS.
Anti-everything. It's just anti-everything. You can win duels off of keeping the hands.
And the Raging Cajun.
The Raging Cajun. Synchro him a lot just to get that extra draw, even if it's only 1 card. When you Synchro Summon, draw up till you have 2 cards. Just more hand control. And use with Kushano is insta 8 stars. Bryanak. If you don't run Bryanak, don't run the deck. Just discard Engine and all Fables get their effects off of it. He basically is a huge part of OTK.
He's practically a Fabled Raven without Fabled Raven.
Yeah, he's Fabled without being Fabled.
Since, yeah, this deck does not run Fabled Raven.
Ancient Sacred Wyvern. He is the OTK monster. Team him up with Bryanak, and you can instantly put about, with just those 2 monsters, I think it's about 6,400 life point damage.
Yeah.
With them not having a field at all. If you have even a Tengu on the field, that's game. He just gets stronger by difference of life points if you're higher. Black Rose Dragon.
Super ghosty.
Doesn't really need an explanation. When you're down in the dumps, he will help.
Synchro Summon blows up all field.
Synchro Summon, blow up the field. If you have any bit of the cards left in your hand, swarm again, and go for game. Stardust. Explanation needed? No. It's Stardust.
Stardust because it's Stardust.
The Red Dragon Archfiend, great against defense monsters. Shouldn't really need an explanation. He's also a 3,000 beat stick. Gets past that Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper. And some many other things.
And the least synced monster in the deck is coming up.
Just about one of the least synced monsters in the deck, but when he is sunk, he is useful. 8-star 2900, which he's just a huge beat stick, but once per turn you can discard any monster or anything. You can discard 1 fiend, that's it, and draw a card. Mistworm. Don't have a Trishula, but that's my 9-star. Still working on the Trishula. Basically, bounce 3 cards on their field back to their hand. Good for clearing out and going for game, or just huge life point damage.
It's always fun.
Shooting Star. Doesn't really need an explanation. This deck sinks a lot and brings Formula and Stardust out. Fabled Leviathan.
The second least synced monster.
Second least synced monster in the game. Just recently added him for one reason. I am tired of going against 8 stars and not being able to do anything about it. Enemy controller, they're 8-star, and he is a 2-star 10 or 2 monster 10-star monster or whatever.
Wait, I thought it requires.
It only takes 2.
Oh wow.
So you can take control of Stardust, Red Dragon Archfiends, BLS, whatever you want, and sync 10. Red Nova, with all the tuners in the deck of 3s and 1s and 2s, he can come out whenever you want him to.
Alright, now show us your main power play. that you pull off.
My main power play.
Yeah, that you pull off all the time.
The first time play.
I'll have to set that one up.
Whoa. Take all the time you need.
Take all the time I need.
All right, we're gonna time you. How long it takes you to set it up, starting from whenever I do get the stopwatch out. All right, starting now. Go. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, favorite it below. Go, 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 go. If you'd like to see any other videos, or if you want to trade anything, ask us in the comments or send us a message. Da 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 da.
Alright, I think I'm ready.
Alright, 43 seconds.
Not the biggest power play, but start off with a hand like this. It's very, very useful. Basically, discard Lurie, special Chawa, that's 2. Normal Tengu. You sync 2 with this to get formula out. You usually get an extra draw. It'll usually always help you. My deck's in order, it doesn't really help me there. But the extra draw just always helps. Foolish Burial off Kushano.
And this is a formula synchro.
That's a formula synchro.
He's just too lazy to bring it up.
I am a very lazy person. You would Foolish Burial that, Kushano, put some in the graveyard. Say if I were to draw a card, not that one. Just any card, like a Fabled. Let me see if I can get a Fabled. It's still pretty organized. Wow, let me just look at it. Fabled Grimrow. Always my favorite, one of the favorites. This would be a formula right here. So all you would do is you would discard this to bring this back to the hand. This is my hand right here. And that would special. Right here, this would be a Synchro 6. Or before I do that, I would use Grimrow to basically Rhoda out. Another Fabled Chawa. If I can find them in here. That would bring this to my hand now, which then you would sync 6, which would put another Tengu on the field, and a 6-star, which I run Bryanak.
Here's your other Tengu.
Yeah, there's my other Tengu. That'd be on the field. This is formula, remember. This being the hand, you would discard this right here, or discard Cruise to bring this out, and a special that. There's a 5-monster field. So that's in your graveyard. This is in your hand. You've already normal summoned. You sync 5. You get another Tengu. You would get Fabled Reagan out. Get an extra draw, whatever it is, card destruction, let's say. You would then use this right here to sync 6. Or sync 8, which would bring out Stardust. Stardust would then synchro up with formula to bring out shooting. So first turn, you'd have an awesome power play right there. That can game most people. Next turn, since you have this already in your hand, that will bring out Ancient Sacred Wyvern, which will game anybody in 1 turn.
Yep. And that's Pinkio's Fable deck.
Which actually I have pulled that off many times, and it is not hard.
Like, favorite, subscribe.